All
right, welcome back to the H.A.B. podcast, episode 22.
Make sure you're looking over your guitars. The microphone's right there.
Oh, what? You can't see me, though.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, episode 22.
Able to see you.
Whatever.
Talking to the mic and over your shoulder.
Episode 22.
Not great talk about the dynamics already. No, I'm kidding. But 22 already.
I know.
And we finally got this man on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The man, the myth, the legend, the man who I made the best call for of all time ever,
That's
emceeing
true.
a single event of all time. Spider-Man,
Yes.
Dustin Craigo.
That's me.
Midwest Spidey.
Midwest Spidey, man.
It's good to hang out with you guys.
Yes, thank you for
Oh,
coming
man.
on. Thank you for coming on.
Look where we're at, too.
This is a weird angle up here. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
This is
Like, you're so short, and I have to look up to you.
Which is
Like,
weird
fucked up.
because I'm standing up right now.
Dustin is.
I'm actually standing on steps. Still taller than me. It's amazing.
God damn it.
I don't know, but no, man, it's so great to finally get you on, bro.
Yep.
You know, you've been one of our brothers, man, for a few years now.
Yeah, for a while. yeah.
And like I said, I really appreciate you dressing up for the occasion. Of
course.
Yeah.
You wore your Halloween costume today.
I guess.
If you're wondering what that is, Dustin dressed like the GOAT because Dustin's the GOAT.
Soon.
Oh, wait. Soon.
I'll admit it when I earn it.
So I know it's like the super like cheesy, like tell us about yourself time that we do like every podcast.
Right.
But like, I feel like that was a pretty good lead into like, tell us about what that journey looks like for you.
Okay, well, I've been competing in powerlifting for, I think it's been about 18 years so far. And as far as the GOATs, that's in reference to I pretty much have one of the highest squats ever done by anybody in my weight class. I have the number 2 squat of all time, which is 617 pounds at 148-pound body weight.
That's insane.
And it's just the beginning. I'm not done.
Right, absolutely fucking ridiculous.
And what's number one?
639. I've tried to break that 4 times now and missed.
What did you try for that day that like when I was emceeing?
644.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
644.
I think that probably was the best shot I gave the world record to.
Man, I'll never forget. I was so hyped, and I had my cousin's funeral that day, and I had to give the eulogy, and I literally lost my voice during Dustin's.
Oh man!
Dustin's
Good thing you didn't confuse them.
All right.
Next up at the funeral.
Right. Dustin's attempt alone, I think, is what lost my voice.
Yeah, you went all out, dude. It was noticed. It was appreciated.
I went from like, I wouldn't say zero because I was already pretty hyping everybody out. But when they said that he was doing his world record attempt, I blacked out.
Was it the one at the train station?
Yeah.
The station.
Yep.
Hell
I
yeah.
blacked out, man. Like it went straight from like, and up to attempt Matt Barlow, right? Like whatever, just making up like random names. Like,
Yeah.
like I think like Nate Barna, I kept calling him like the Evolved or some shit like that, giving
Oh.
everybody nicknames.
The next evolution, Nathan Barna.
Right. But like, obviously Dustin's already got his own nickname. He's fucking
Midwest
Midwest
Spidey.
Spidey.
Yes,
Spider-Man,
sir.
dude.
Best decision I ever made. Well, somebody else gave me the nickname, but it was so catchy, and it still is. It
Yeah.
just works out. And,
When are you attempting your next record?
okay.
Or other
well,
record, I'm sorry.
The big one, which is the 639,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that in January. But I'll be competing in December
Okay.
at East Race Muscle again.
Okay.
And I'll be competing in sleeves. And I'm going to go for the world record for my age group, which is like 529.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you got that.
You got that easy.
Down to 614.
Yeah, that's with wraps, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't competed in sleeves in a long time. I'm not too worried about it either. It's a lot easier
Yeah, you'll be fine.
because having somebody wrap your knees is like one of
Yeah.
the most painful,
Oh, it's not fun.
claustrophobic
I'll
experiences
never
ever.
forget, this is like OG East Race. This is like back in the warehouse. I had never seen anybody do the wraps. I didn't even know what that was. I had Mike put them on me once. I was like, I don't even want to do this.
It hurts.
I don't want to stand up and go put weight on my back.
Yep. And then they expect me to walk out to the platform, get under a bar, and then once I get the lift, the first thing I do is bend over and rip those things off.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting there cheering, celebrating. I'm trying to get out of
They're
there.
like, my
We're
knees
not to
keep
that
hurting.
point yet. But yeah, so I'll be doing a meet in December, and then the big one, I'll break that record in January.
Fuck yeah.
I'll be down in Kentucky, so
I love the
The
confidence.
Kentucky Muscle, huh?
No. This is I can't remember what it's called, but it's down right by the other side of the river from Cincinnati.
Gotcha.
It's like a 4-hour drive.
Kentucky Muscle's like bodybuilding.
They do a little meat there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They have in the past, I know.
Yeah, well,
Haven't
yeah,
followed in a
'cause there's, that was like the start of East Race. I remember, right? Mike and Brandon and
Yeah, they all
I
went
don't know
out
if you
there.
remember Heath or not, but they all went down to the Kentucky Muscle. And
Yep.
like, they like all got number ones and shit.
Yep. This is good meat to do. Haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. And I think in 2024 is the year that I'm finally going to try to get on.
Do it.
Finally try to compete.
You can do it.
I haven't wanted to, man. I put it off for
Why
like
not?
2 years.
You want to say hi real quick to everybody?
Why not?
I just continuously, like in the past,
Gets in his
there's
own
always
head. He gets in
this,
his own
exactly.
head.
In the
So do
past,
I,
there's always
but-
this mentality that like if I can't go and compete, what's the point? When in reality, it's like you got to start somewhere. Even if I go out there and I don't place whatsoever, which more likely I'm not going to, especially
You're
being-
setting a foundation for the rest of your career if you
Right.
decide to stay.
especially like being somebody who's 250 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is benching fucking 400, 500.
5, yeah.
Squatting, low ball is 500.
Yeah.
And then deadlifting 600. And the most I've ever hit on squat is 415. Most I've ever hit on deadlift was that 450.
Yeah.
And then bench level, most I've ever hit was 365 or whatever the fuck it was.
It's like seeing somebody that's like looking at somebody like Dustin, obviously wearing like 148 pounds. You're like 600 fucking pounds squat. Like, yeah, I don't like powerlifting no more.
What's funny is because like I'm in this crazy mindset now. We were talking the other day. I think I posted in my story. I was like, "What's the smallest person ever squat 700?" Because once I squat 644,
That's the next goal.
it's got to be the next goal, and it was like 162 pounds. So I could go up a weight class and just weigh a little less than that person.
Shit, 162? Squatting 700?
Yeah,
Jesus
No.
Christ.
but I said that goal in my story, and then
Powerlifting is the wildest fucking sport on the planet.
well, it's nuts. Well, I put that in my story, and then like you start to see posts throughout the day of people lifting, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at people that are squatting 700 plus, and it's all big dudes. And
It's
I
all
was
like
like,
TD and
I was like,
shit.
should I have posted that? I'm starting to think it's a little far fetched, but you never know.
Yeah.
You don't know until you try, man. Same thing
Right.
with getting into it. If you want to try it, do it. What's the
And I've been-
worst that's going to happen?
Man, I've been powerlifting for so long. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we all know, like, I've had my times of inconsistencies, but
Yeah.
I was like, man, I've been doing it for so long. It's like, why not?
Just give it a try, man. You never
Why
know
not
until
once,
you try.
You know? That's always been a goal of mine. It's like I got to do it at least once.
Yeah.
And just even, like, going and doing, like, that deadlift comp, like we did with
Yeah.
Like, even that alone.
That was so much fun.
Even if the end result doesn't turn out the way you want it, the journey
Exactly,
to get to
so
that
just
day,
doing it.
you'll grow so much and learn so much.
Right.
You'll learn you're unstoppable.
Yeah. So I definitely want to get it more consistent at seeing it. I still think I'm like the undisputed GOAT of.
All right.
Dude, you nailed it that
Calm
day.
down.
Well, you have no idea. I did 2 of them. You have
I've
no
seen
idea.
I've seen the videos. I've seen
You
the
have no idea
videos.
how much I was told after this, especially the summer, the East Race summer one last year.
Yeah.
The last one I did. That like Tony Core was like, bro, I've been to nationals, and like, you need to try to get on nationals because like,
Just gotta have fun with it.
well, it's one of the things too. I mean, obviously, like like we all like pro wrestling around here.
Yes.
One thing that me and Mike Baxter talked about a lot when we were like when he was having me come in for this couple,
Yeah.
it was like pro wrestling really can be the second biggest. Like it can be like pro wrestling. If you
Yeah.
make it. It's like it can be, man. Personalities, the entrance,
They used to do
Just
that
have fun with it.
when there was I can't remember which league it was, would do the Arnold powerlifting.
Yeah.
And when you did your attempt, they'd have girls in bikinis with the cards with the weight you were doing. And then they would do music. They would have you come out from a curtain with the lights and the smoke, and you go out there and lift.
That's fucking
And that's
awesome.
the thing too, man. Last year was my first Arnold, and watching that, we used to watch that for a while.
The powerlifting, yeah.
and it
A
was
little bit.
dope, but at
Who was
the
the
same time-
Who was the wrestler that was there? Sorry to interrupt your story. Remember
You want
Mark
to
Henry?
saw?
Mark Henry
Yeah,
was there.
Mark Henry was there. We met Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
but no, like if they did something like that would make it even better. Because like we just enjoy it just for the pure fact that like we get to see some big ass human beings move some big ass weight.
Yeah, but
Right.
the way you were emceeing it changed the tone of the whole meet.
Yeah.
Compared
Everybody was
to-
getting hype and cheering and stuff. Man.
Compared to other meets, are like, next up, Dustin Craigo. Well, good luck. You got this, buddy.
Yeah. Have fun.
Come on, Dustin, you
Up
got
and-
it.
Up and at him,
Do you
buddy.
feel like that almost could like help you out too? Like feeling somebody else's energy, like like for example, like you screaming that out, he could be like, all right, like, oh shit.
It does make the moment feel bigger.
Yeah.
It really does. It does.
We had that Union Station fucking rocking. We had Union Station rocking.
Well, dude, like
at the camera.
rewatching those videos, I rewatched that from that day over and over. The amount of people I don't know that were in that crowd, everybody stood up when I was up there.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting out their cell phones compared to going to other meets.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 people clapping.
Well, that's the thing that's nuts too, though, is like, especially for that, because I remember one of the biggest things I kept saying over and over again when you were going for your attempts was like, when you like weren't standing up and cheering. Like, honestly, I kind of found myself getting a little upset. One, just because you're my boy.
Yeah.
But two, it was like, do you guys recognize what the fuck you're about to see?
Yeah.
This is a world record, and you're not. Like, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. It's like you're not.
You're never going to see it
stand up.
again.
Like, when do you get an opportunity to stand right there and, let alone see a world record get beat, but just a world record attempt?
Yeah.
Not very often, man.
I mean, technically, you're seeing a part of that sports history right there in that moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Let's go down. January. What day in January?
13th, I think it is.
Is that a Saturday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Bet. Yeah.
Because I think I'm December 10th, I think, at East Race, and that'll be a Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not excited to cut weight 5 weeks apart, but I'm kind of hoping if I'm smart, I do the first weight cut, and then I just kind of maintain somewhat. And just a little water drop, I don't know. That's the worst part of it. I hate it.
No.
Definitely not for everybody.
Okay. All right.
Natalie's.
I know. She's killing it.
Going
I know. How do you like the pizza?
Is it good?
Good.
The Enzo's is good.
We're at Enzo's right now. Yep. Real quick, shout out to Deb over there. Can't see her on the camera, but she let us film in here.
Yeah, Deb.
Because we're in Concord.
Deb is the GOAT. We appreciate you, Deb.
Yeah, we thank you, Deb.
Yeah, thanks, Deb. Everybody clap for Deb. Drop a comment. Like,
She does not give a fuck.
She's punched out.
She's supposed to be dropping
Deb's
the
just
fuck
trying to
home.
go home. Deb's waiting for this place to get demolished.
It
already.
is. But right now we're in Concord Mall. Obviously, you went to Concord. We went to Jimtown, but
Yep.
I've had my memories here.
Oh,
I think
for
we've
sure.
all had our
We
memories
used to be here
here.
all the time.
Yep. The
Sure.
arcade. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of hurts. It kind of hurts being here. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of sucks.
I mean, we were definitely much more of a UP Mall family. But we definitely came out here a good amount.
Yeah.
And we still had plenty of memories here, especially in high school. But
Yeah, it's a trip. But then again, I haven't been here for probably no less than 10 years. So
Yeah, probably same.
I didn't do my part to keep it afloat.
nobody did.
I think eventually, the way it looks, like you said, like it was built in the 70s or whatever. It probably was always going to go down this path. It was destined to fail.
Yeah.
And
To
that's
fall
the thing, I
at
feel
some
like
point.
Concord Mall is that like 90-year-old grandmother who has cancer. Like, you know that she was going to die,
Yeah.
but at the same time it seemed like she was never going to die. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
dude, I got morbid fast.
Why does it have to be a 90-year-old grandma who has cancer? Because it'd be a 90-year-old grandmother, you know they're going to die. I mean that's
look
fair.
at this place. Like, like you knew at some point it was going to happen, but like at the same time it was kind of like that constant.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
never thought it was actually going to go away.
I know.
They probably built this place as like a beacon or some sort of something to represent the RV boom that was happening in the 70s
yeah.
and 80s.
Without a
I
doubt.
can see that.
Because that's
I
when we
mean-
kind of locked down the industry in that time. So maybe they put this here because
All the people
everything's
worked
nearby.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then the factories kind of just moved a little bit further away.
Yep.
yeah. I really sucks seeing this place so empty.
Used to have
Yeah.
card and collectible shows once a month here. I'd always
yeah.
be
Oh,
I
excited
remember
for.
that
Yeah,
So I collected everything, so it was great.
They even did that like when we were kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I come out here getting like sports cards and shit.
I mean, like we say when they're kids, like Dustin's like that much older than us. He's younger than us, you know.
Dustin
By
looks like
little.
it.
By little.
Dustin definitely ages better than
I'm
we do.
literally the youngest
Facts.
person in the mall right now. We're the opposite, I can't tell.
Everybody's been blocked off. So the real reason we brought you here is because obviously I see you wearing the Purdue sandals.
Yeah.
The real
Let's
reason.
talk about sign. No, that's not the real reason. I was kidding. Let's talk about sign stealing for a little bit.
Let's talk about Michigan fucking
Oh,
cheating.
God. Everybody does it. Why-
Are you concerned for your team's safety next week when Michigan plays Purdue? Yes or no?
I'm not concerned because I know what the result's going to be. Like,
Purdue's gonna whoop that ass.
Dude, we're horrible.
Shit, probably.
We are bad this year.
You guys really did take the biggest decline I think I've ever seen.
Oh man, switch coaches and it just goes downhill. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, you guys did lose your coach.
It was our
to
first
Louisville.
year with the new coach.
Yeah.
Because our other coach went to Louisville and they beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's nice for y'all.
And I called that game. I made money. It was great.
Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate it.
Well, I knew their quarterback struggled against Louisville when he played him in the past.
Yeah, his two teams he always struggled against when he was at Wake Forest.
Do not get him started on Sam Hartman.
Was North Carolina.
Is that his boy or what?
North Carolina State.
So I called him. Let me tell you, he'll probably deny it now. I called him after they lost to Louisville.
Yeah.
And I said, I told you at the beginning of the season.
I was also
you guys were not a quarterback away. I told you this. I said Sam Hartman is not gonna make a big difference. Tell me why he freaking ripped my head off in the freaking on the phone call.
I was also trashed. So
I was like, okay, I tried to fuck you, okay? Fuck you. All right, I don't need to fucking hear that shit right now. Fuck you.
Sam doesn't even litter. I don't know if you knew this.
He helps children in hospitals.
He saved 8 orphans before that game. He's a little tired.
Please? Can you eat? Because we're going to say some bad words.
Who do you guys play? Who's Notre Dame play today?
Pitt.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh. Might be a trap.
Yeah, one of our old running backs plays for them now.
Who?
Debo something or Bobo something.
Right.
That's the beauty of the NIL situation.
Yeah.
You're going to see one player play for 4 different teams. First player to get 2 national championships with 2 different teams.
That would not like Bo Nix could have easily been that.
Yeah.
Auburn shit.
Bo Nix has played for 84 teams and been in college. It's funny. I saw a stat the other day. Bo Nix has made his 54th college career start.
Yep.
Which
is the most all time.
Justin Herbert had made his 55th career NFL start.
I saw that stat.
Because he replaced Justin Herbert at Oregon.
At Oregon, yeah. He played, 2 years at Auburn?
Mm-hmm.
1 year?
2. Yeah, it was 2.
2 or 3. Because his dad went to Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so he's supposed to be like a legacy. And he's like, I was like, I'm out of here.
I'll take my legacy elsewhere.
Right.
Make that NIL money.
Well, yeah, we can talk about. I was making a joke about the Purdue thing, but
Dude, we're awful.
fuck the NCAA.
Dude, all my teams are horrible. Bears are horrible.
Yeah, no, we suck ass this year.
Yeah, that's okay though.
I don't care what you think about the last games.
Tyson Benet might be the guy.
You guys are 2-1 since trading Chase Claypool, by the way. And Miami's 0-1.
0-2 now.
0-2. Yeah, well, they lost last week too, right?
Uh-huh.
They traded Chase Claypool and one of their draft picks for 1 draft pick. Couldn't figure it out. Said, wait.
How to get a team to take him?
I thought we initiated the trade.
Yeah.
We're losing more.
That kid sucks, man. Like, I hate to say it like that, but to have the ego that he has and not the effort behind it is fucking insane,
so
dude.
good, too.
Yeah, I guess.
That Mapletron year and shit.
Yeah. They put up like 11 touchdowns and like 900 total yards because he was running the ball too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think his career started going down hills when they were who was it, like Thursday Night Football when they were playing Minnesota.
And he did the first down
And he
thing
did
when there was like 10 seconds
yeah,
left.
they're trying to run the clock or let's go. And he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're like, what the fuck? Even his teammate had to knock the ball out of his hand.
Wasted like 5 seconds total.
God.
That shit made me laugh every time I seen it.
In the moment, brain shut
Yep.
off.
That's what happens when you have that Notre Dame education, though.
Yeah.
Still got that diploma.
I don't think he graduated.
Probably not.
Half the football players
He's
don't.
one of the ones that didn't go back, I bet.
No.
I know typically they do, but.
Sometimes.
Okay, I'll hold on to it. Thank you.
So besides powerlifting, we all know I'm a big nerd.
Yes.
Well, you know you're a big nerd. You're wearing a Tatooine hat.
Yes.
Yes. What nerd stuff you guys been into lately?
Star
All of
Wars.
it.
Yeah.
Damn near all of it. I
Mostly
just
Star Wars,
started watching Loki this morning for my Disney
Oh,
Plus.
I haven't
watching
jumped
it
on
too.
it yet.
At all?
We haven't watched it all yet.
Season 1 I watched. I haven't seen the
Okay.
new one.
I just started watching season 2 this morning. I got through half of it. I can already tell the season's already going to be really good.
Good.
If it keeps up with season, like episode 1. But some of those shows have started off strong and they kind of fizzle.
Oh, I can give you a great example of a show the Halo TV show. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was on
no, I did
Paramount.
not, no.
First episode, there was a battle with Master Chief and the Covenant. You're like, if this is how this show is
Yeah.
going to be, this is going to be amazing. Then it just goes completely changed the story from the game and everything. Dude didn't wear his helmet the rest of the show.
I heard about that. Yeah, the people are pissed.
I think it has to do with the actor.
Because in Halo, like, he never takes off his helmet. Or she. No.
It won't show him.
Who's she?
Are you talking about his little AI?
Metazoid. Was it Metazoid? No.
No, you're thinking of
Was the one from Super Smash Bros.
Metroid.
Metroid was a she.
I almost said Megatron. I was like, it's something. Definitely not Megatron.
So yeah, because I didn't have an Xbox growing up, so I don't know much. Like I played Halo when I go to like my friend's house and stuff like that, but I didn't play Halo much growing up.
Well, don't watch the show. Save yourself a headache. Don't watch the show.
I won't.
The games are just fun.
Yeah. What do you guys think about? What do you think about Ahsoka?
I loved it.
Ahsoka.
I have a lot of questions. I never completed Rebels or Clone Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
Craig, I've never been okay. I can proudly say to you, my brother, I've never been disappointed in you in my life.
Until now.
At this moment.
It's just, I don't know, man.
So, I was going to say, that's really, I'm not sorry to let you off, but like, I remember that time
don't let him talk any shit because
I'm not
it
talking
took
shit.
years for this man of telling him he needed to watch Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
For him to finally do it, and then he was like, I swear to God, he's like, first season, bro, this is way too much of a kid show. I said, just wait.
Yeah,
just wait. Mm-hmm. And then I swear to God, it was like a week later. We were talking, and he was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I finally got done with season 2." I said, "You're hooked now, aren't you?" And he's like, "Bro, I'm fucking hooked."
Yeah.
I wasn't talking shit. I was just saying okay. So can you stop, please? I'm trying to talk.
And then same with Rebels. First couple episodes of Rebels, like, bro. I said, "Just wait."
Yeah.
Because once again, Rebels is just a masterpiece.
It is. That one's easier for me to watch because the Empire is my favorite era of that Star Wars story.
I was just going to say it was surprising me because I remember that conversation we had where you guys both jumped on me because I hadn't watched Clone Wars or Rebels yet.
He's watched it. He just hasn't watched all of it.
I know.
Yeah.
Season 7, dude, lives in my rent-free in my head for Clone Wars.
Season 7 Clone Wars is probably the
greatest. The last 3 episodes at least.
The whole season is fantastic.
That's when it finally ties into Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yeah. Order 66 happens.
But did you watch Bad Batch?
No, because I didn't watch the other ones yet.
Okay.
But I know what it is. I know the names and everything.
7 to be able to watch Bad Batch anyways.
Yeah.
But no, season 7 of Clone Wars is probably the best stretch of episodes I've ever seen of a TV show ever.
Really?
Yep.
Because just the way that they tie in, like, is the Siege of Mandalore, show that.
Yep.
And then the Order 66, and just the way that they perfectly tie it all in and just fucking pull at your emotions. They're like, hey, your heartstrings, those are mine now.
I literally,
that's what it says.
Like, I literally had anxiety for the last 3 episodes because everybody kept telling me, like, the last 3 episodes. And I was like, all right. And then, like, they do shit to, like, show, like, what they're about to do. And you're like, I'm just going to, like, my foot was just tapping the whole time. I was just like, my heart was racing. I'm like,
Well, and here's the thing, too, for
even
me.
Rebels.
So when I watched Clone Wars, season 7 had just got released.
Yeah.
That's when I started to watch the whole thing. It was during COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I watched the whole thing, and watching season 7, the thing that gave me the most anxiety was I'd never seen Rebels. I had no idea Ahsoka was in Rebels.
Yeah.
So, like, I always just thought, well, Ahsoka must have died during Order 66 or something. So, like, I'm watching all of season 7 with the anticipation of, like, fuck, I don't want to see Ahsoka die. Because, like, she low-key became one of my favorite Jedi ever.
She may not die now. I don't know what storyline they're trying to go with. She might be the sister for the what are they called? The Mortis gods?
The Mortis gods. That's what I'm trying to figure out, man.
Is she the sister? Anakin's the brother, and then is
Anakin would be the father.
Anakin's the father of anything.
Like, so he would be the version of the father because he's the balance.
I think somehow they're going to turn it to where Balin's skull is the brother.
Okay,
I could see it.
Okay.
But he's not pure evil.
He's not, but I think something's going to happen. It's going to get him to go there.
That's why I kept thinking maybe he might be the father.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense if
Anakin,
you got to have Anakin become one of them because that's
perfectly
the
mastered
one.
both sides of the force.
That's why Episode 5 was my favorite. Oh, is this what this is about?
Oh, that's what this is about?
A petty, little sassy Anakin. Oh, you're so mad that I killed a bunch of people and I turned the dark side? That's what's up. That's fine. I'm going to fuck you up now. Bet.
I went through and rewatched Obi-Wan again.
See, I need to now. I really
so
want to.
Good.
That shows.
Take out, I'm sorry, like, it's going to sound like so bad because I know how people reacted to people like that, but, like, take out Reva and that show would have been 10 out of 10.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
She could have had a small part.
Yeah.
Is when the show first came out, there was a lot of like,
Racism.
oh, you're racist and you believe that, which like some people were taking it too far. They were like saying some really crazy shit, but I think now it's kind of like how Hayden Christensen is. How there's a lot of people used to hate him, but now it's like
Finally getting respect.
consensus. Everybody loves him now. I think it's kind of gone the same way to where it's like, hey, she's a decent actress, but like the part was written terribly.
Yeah, it was a conflicting part. It didn't make sense. But she
Like,
did. She did great.
You tell me Luke doesn't remember that shit,
Right.
Yeah, but when you rewatch it, tell me, do Luke and Leia look the same age?
No.
The kid that played Luke is way older looking.
Like easily like 12.
Leia's like 4 or 5.
Low key though, Mark Hamill always looked older, but I always like chalked it up as like living under a planet living in a planet with 2 suns.
Well, trauma will age you.
Yeah,
And that too.
Trauma will age you.
a dry desert planet.
Yeah.
Your family's water farmers.
Pretty much.
See, that's the thing too. Like about that. Like, that's the thing about those, that last episode though with Reva too. Is like she was like, okay, I'm gonna go fuck up Luke Skywalker. Okay, we all know it's not gonna happen. So cool. Thanks. Oh, and Baru and what's his face? Owen are badasses now. They can beat up a fucking Force user, no problems.
Tell me a
Okay.
couple of stormtroopers just burnt down their
When
fucking
it-
house.
When in the original, they look like that aunt and uncle whose house smells.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drinking the blue milk or whatever it was.
They're
They're just
like
like,
abusive as fuck.
like the aunt and uncle from Harry Potter. Once Obi-Wan left, they locked Luke in a room.
Yeah.
You can't come out.
He's never watched Harry Potter.
I'm honest.
It's okay. I like them. I'm not a fan.
I watched the first 2, and like the first one, I watched the first one when I was a kid. When it first came out.
Yeah.
Loved it. Just never watched any of them after that. But I did watch the very last
taste.
one. I watched the
Definitely.
House Part 2.
Yeah.
I saw that in theaters when I was in high school.
Okay.
So I've seen the very first one and the very last one.
They're fine. I mean, I'm not a huge fan.
The second one, I'll be honest, the second one kind of soured me a little bit because it was like good and like it was starting to get a little dark and a little gruesome. But at the same time, it was like, here's these blue pixies that are going to be cheesy as fuck.
Yeah.
And it kind of soured me a little bit, but I'm still going to watch them. Like, I still enjoyed it. I still liked the second one, but it was like, either be dark or be fucking a kid movie. All right, like don't try to play.
It gets darker as it goes, though.
Yeah. Especially if you ever read the book. I read the books too.
And the books are better than the
Fucking
movies.
nerd.
Yeah. True.
Who reads books?
You're a fucking loser.
Who reads books?
I just laugh because every book and every movie, doesn't a kid get seriously hurt or killed at that school? Yet the following school.
Seriously, the first kid death doesn't really happen until like episode or part 4, or the movie number 4, Goblet of Fire. That's it's been out long enough. It'll be spoiled for you.
I know. I know that Neville kid dies and a couple other kids die.
Neville does not die.
I thought Neville died.
No, because there's a theory. There's a theory where they left it open. J.K. Rowling left it open ended where technically Neville could be the chosen one as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he has basically the same backstory as Harry Potter,
Right.
except he doesn't have the scar.
I did know there were certain things about Neville that are like, I know he's kind of the comic relief sometimes, but he actually has this like deep,
Like,
kind of like Jar Jar Binks. He's like but there could have this like deep fucking Sith Lord in him.
Dude, no, I'm so glad they didn't do that. Kill Jar Jar.
I knew that was a take that you didn't like. That's why I brought
he
it up.
wasn't in episode 3 at all, was he? No, he was for a bit though. They kind of did with him what they did with what's her face in number 9, Rose.
Yeah, they did it number 8.
When she was like a main character, number 8, and then like in number 9, she had like one scene where she was like, "Hey, everybody, I'm here."
Well, see you.
All right.
Well, see you later.
That's the thing I'll always say on this hill. And I know me and you have had this conversation. I obviously have had this conversation with Tyler too, but 7 wasn't that bad.
No, Force
wasn't
Awakens
bad.
was good.
It's a good tribute movie.
Right.
I liked
but
it.
they
I
could
liked
have
it.
too.
they could have done a lot with 8 and 9.
Well, the thing
But
is,
what was the ugly stepchild in these movies?
number 8, Last Jedi,
The fact that they had,
Palpatine return.
I don't know how many different, all the different writers that contributed. They couldn't get the story
And they
straight.
couldn't, and it just turned into a slow moving state speed chase.
Here's 1, 2, and 3, and then here's 4, 5, and 6, and here's 7. Okay, you're like, and number 8's like,
Yeah.
It didn't even
And then
feel
we're going
like
back to number 9. It's like,
it didn't even feel like Star Wars.
No. It wasn't cohesive. There was no, and they tried to add it to the Skywalker saga, and they tried to make Rey a Skywalker, and I was like, all right. That's a thing now too, by the way. It's like I don't know if you've seen like I follow like I'm in a lot of like Facebook groups from Star Wars and shit. People are like loving Rey for some reason now.
Well,
They're like bashing everybody but
I'm
Rey. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I'm excited to see because I know she's supposed to come back for like another trilogy or some kind of TV show or something. What is it?
I think last I saw it was going to be movies. 3 movies supposedly.
Trilogy.
About like her rebuilding.
15 years after number 9.
I think the whole it's supposed to be called the New Jedi Order. Or
yeah, she's rebuilding the Jedi Order.
If they take her the route of Luke
here,
again,
bro.
I can't wait to watch her train people because she had so much training herself.
Oh, I know. And that's the thing, though, is
I have the Force now.
I don't know. It could be really good, and I'm excited to see what actually happens with it. But because I don't hate Rey.
No, I like the character.
We've both publicly been big Daisy Ridley fans.
Yes.
Because she is
She's a smoke show.
a very attractive human being.
Yes.
But I don't know, just like her. I would rather her go by the fucking name Palpatine and try to like restore the name.
We're just there's no restoring that name.
No, but I would rather her do that than fucking call herself a Skywalker.
Like that's why Anakin Skywalker could get away with it or like Luke Skywalker could get away with it because nobody truly knew that Vader was Anakin. Only like a select few people.
Yeah.
They all thought Anakin died. Like that's what Palpatine even made Vader do was like come out and they're like, "This is the dude that killed Anakin Skywalker." And I was like, "Fuck, that dude's a fucking badass. We're scared of this guy." Okay.
And you got Luke in Return of the Jedi who goes into the Emperor's throne room with the Emperor and Vader, and only Luke comes out dragging Vader's body. Can you imagine?
And he blows up the fucking Death Star not once, twice.
Oh man, I would be running my mouth if I was Luke leaving that Death Star. What's up, bitches? I got your guy with me.
Could you imagine like using the Force dragging Vader's body, just like come on.
But he's dragging him like face down, but with the feet in the air, so Vader's face is just scraping the ground. He does it the most violent way he can. Dude, but that scene when Luke shows up on Mandalorian.
Oh my god, yes.
It was amazing.
Forever be the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I don't even think Dementia will take that memory away from me.
No. I watch it at least once a month.
I mean, it was pretty obvious when one X-Wing showed up. I was still like, who is this going to be?
Right.
I definitely like
Because your brain doesn't really grasp what era you're in or what the timeline is. You're like, and then you see a lightsaber. You're like,
that's Luke.
That's Luke's. No, it can't be Luke. And then it shows the gloved hand. You're like, nah, don't do this to me.
It's
amazing.
Yeah. I remember watching that scene with friends, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And they're like, you know who it is. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't know who it is. And as soon as he pulls up, he hops up.
Yeah.
I'm just getting chills thinking about it right now, actually, to be honest. That scene gets me every time, dude. And the way like they like mirror it up with like Vader's hallway scene in Rogue One compared to the, I'm like,
they've got a lot of parallel scenes like that.
Yes, they do, and I love it.
And it's great.
That's why Luke's got like I think that's what pisses me off the most about the sequel trilogy is the way they just absolutely dog shitted on Luke.
Oh yeah, he became a bitch.
Like Luke Skywalker would not try to kill his nephew, and he would not run away. Those are two things that he would absolutely not fucking do.
He was afraid of death of the Emperor, afraid of death of Vader, but told he had to face him, and he still went and faced him.
Right.
He's afraid of his nephew, and he's like, I'm going to kill him in his sleep.
I'm
going to kill him in his sleep. Not when he's awake. I'm going to just wait till he's sleeping.
These fucking Jedi are just like the medieval time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. That's what pisses me off because they completely shit on. Even like Mark Hamill's like, I mean, I had to do what I had to do to get a paycheck, which I respect that. But like at the same time, he's like, that's not Luke. That's not who Luke is. And then the fact that he just like projects himself across the galaxy and then dies, you're like, okay. And then you had fucking Luke. We're gonna get into a whole thing about the sequels because I'm like, bro, when they had Carrie Fisher, they had really lost when they had Carrie Fisher Superman fly through the air. And I said, oh my bro, like when she got blown up, and I was like, okay, Carrie Fisher's dead in real life. If that's the way they kill her off, I can live with it. I was like, no. And then they kill Luke at the end. I was like, so this is what you fucking do. Okay.
Just get rid of everybody.
You're
We're just going to cut ties with the originals.
This entire fucking movie is dog shit. That's literally what I said when I left. I remember, like I said, I've taken my mom. My mom had gone to see all of them in theaters because she went and saw the original one. I think. And I just remember leaving it on. I was like, it's good as Star Wars. I was like, no, Mom.
That was not Star Wars.
That was fucking awful.
That was dog shit.
Everything I thought I knew is gone now. It went against the grain of everything.
And here's the thing too: is I know a lot of people that, like, a lot of the theories of Ahsoka is like that the thing that happens in these movies are going to be the thing that saves the sequel movies and makes it all make sense. I'm like, but like, you shouldn't have to do that with an Ahsoka show.
Right.
Like, Ahsoka's the GOAT.
But they've been setting up the sequels with Mandalorian, with what are the other one? Not so much Andor.
No, not
But
really.
I mean, basically the Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, is setting up cloning and all this other stuff. So you're like, okay, I know what this leads to. Instead of just using the world between worlds to retcon the entire sequel trilogy.
Because obviously I didn't watch all of Rebels and everything. Was that when Anakin shows up, his spirit? Is that his spirit, or is that just the vision she's having?
Which part? In which part?
Ahsoka?
When she goes to World Between Worlds.
Oh, in episode 5. I
Oh,
think
that's
that's him.
That's his first one.
That's for
Which
sure.
is
him.
crazy if you think about it, because so now you know that Vader's
Yeah.
Vader, because Anakin's soul or whatever is
Yeah.
in there. So I saw that and I was like, that's
Vader's-
crazy.
Well, Vader's dead.
Vader's dead. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Because they really have like leaned into the whole like he had split personality type of thing.
Yeah, but it solidified it when they fight at the end of that show. And he basically just says Anakin's dead.
Yeah, yeah, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're probably not going to do it, but I would love to see a second season of Obi-Wan.
I don't think they will,
It's the most tragic story of all Star Wars if you think about it.
unless
That guy had nothing. He could have just done whatever he wanted, and he followed orders and tried to make things right.
I wouldn't mind doing if they did a second season of Obi-Wan. I would not mind seeing the. Oh, you haven't seen the last episode of Rebels, or the last season. Stop! No, go please. Can you just go sit, please? Okay, go ahead and eat it.
I'm to read a new place.
That's fine.
Okay.
The live action of him in Maul in the desert,
Mhm.
and then maybe like him showing like because he gave him a Jedi funeral.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure you've seen that scene though,
Yep.
right?
I've seen it because I watched a thing where Sam Whitmer, who does the voice of Maul, does a commentary about. He's like, watch how Obi-Wan fights him. He switches styles to show you, and then he tricks Maul by doing Qui-Gon stance.
You see Maul's eyes like, oh yeah, okay, let's try this.
And that's
one
why
more
Maul
time.
tries the same move that worked
Yeah.
on Qui-Gon.
That's why Obi-Wan. Like the only
Obi-Wan's
thing,
the goat,
the only thing I hate about Obi-Wan is he kind of did follow two orders to a T too much.
Yeah.
He did not. He was not the master that Anakin needed. That's the only thing. Like he was a huge part of like him falling to the dark side. As much as he cared about, it, as much as he loved him, is like he's also helped him push to the dark
I
side.
think about it too, though. Like, he was not the master he needed because masters aren't normally brothers, right?
Right,
They're
it's
brothers.
father.
Usually you don't
son.
get the pick. You don't get the pick either.
Right.
Everything was wrong with that entire situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the point because they're trying to
Is it
reflect
made-
that Qui-Gon was the father figure Anakin needed.
Yep.
And he never got it. He got the older brother who wasn't the father.
Exactly, and that's
That's
the thing,
good,
though,
yeah.
too, is that Obi-Wan wouldn't have been as strong and as great of a Jedi without Anakin,
Right.
and Anakin never would have fell to the dark side without Obi-Wan.
That's why I'm so thankful for Clone Wars too, because it really did flesh out those characters a lot more.
Yeah, it was.
And man, it gave us
Especially Anakin.
Everything we wanted.
Especially Anakin. Because now you're like, his fall to the dark side makes a lot more sense. Like, I mean, it was believable back then between the movies because, like, they did shit on him a lot. That's all they did was not trust him. So, like, yeah, I mean, I'd get that. And then you just want to save your wife, and that's cool. You have your same you have the same dreams you did with your mom and then your wife. It's like, all right, that's cool. I buy that. And you go Clone Wars, you're like, oh, you did so much more shit. So much more.
The original script for Revenge of the Sith, and then I don't know if you ever read the books. There's a novelization of
I
Revenge
have
of the
them. I
Sith.
haven't read them yet.
There's a huge part in the book and in the original script they took out, and that's where Anakin thinks Obi-Wan and Padme have a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because even if you watch the cut that we
got.
got, there's scenes where Anakin would show up to the apartment, Obi-Wan's there.
Yeah.
Then Obi-Wan just kind of leaves.
Yeah.
So there was a jealousy there that they were trying to build on, but they never showed. It was in the books, but it was never in the movie where he thinks Obi-Wan and her having an affair or getting together, but what they're doing is those two are starting the rebellion.
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to be the whole point. They're having meetings because they're getting this rebellion against the not the emperor but the senator, but they never used it.
To the chancellor and stuff. Yeah.
There's so many things that like George Lucas could have fucking done and like wanted to do in those movies that he fucking took out. And some of them are some of the most like impactful fucking scenes. There was another one too the other day I saw. I can't remember what it was now, but it was essentially a scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin that would have been perfect for those damn movies. I wish I could remember what it was.
Oh, the one where he said, I'm not blind, but I see what you and Padme have. It's like basically telling him that he knows about him and Padme.
Pretty much.
Which they kind of they touched on that in Clone Wars though. Like everyone knew. Huh?
No, yeah, you know.
Yeah. But
it just would have been good to see him in the movies, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I just bring back Mace Windu.
Oh, man, I don't know. I can't.
He's
I
gonna
don't
show up in
know.
the Ahsoka series.
Well, they just released a limited series about him in the comics, but they didn't say what timeline it was going to take place in. So either it's just going to be a standalone when he's younger, or it's going to be maybe they're going to bring him back. Why not? You brought everybody else back.
I would hate it to have, like, I love Sam Jackson. I would hate to see that character come back. Like, that helped Anakin fall to the, like, I feel like if Disney does that, they're just like the things they're doing is constantly like unraveling Anakin's character.
Well, I've told you guys before in person that when Force Awakens came down, I thought Snoke was Mace Windu the whole time. Why else does he have this hatred for the Skywalkers? Treating Ben Solo like shit.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought for sure that was Mace Windu. The scars on the face, and I tried.
It could have been.
Tried to piece it together like that, but now it was a way worse scenario.
I don't think that Snoke is
just a clone.
I don't think
a failed clone
Right.
and you decided you're going to lead my order.
And I don't think that was ever supposed to be the case. I think they made that decision like before episode 9. Because they're like, oh, we need something to retcon basically 8. Whatever happened in 8 is not correct. It's like, come on, guys. That's why Disney, everybody shits on Disney, but they don't realize like Disney has given us some good Star Wars though. Rogue One, Solo was dog shit. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it's a slow watch you have to be in the mood for.
Like I was in the mood for it. I just couldn't do it.
But I would rather watch that. I wasn't a fan of Book of Boba Fett.
That's the other show I was thinking about.
That's a character I don't want to know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about that character. Make him mysterious. Keep the helmet on.
I was pretty satisfied with him dying in 6.
Yeah.
I don't mind that he returned. Like that makes sense to me. Like because you're slowly digesting and you're in best armor. Like all right, I can buy that. But at the same time, like he was kind of soft. And he was just a straight up fucking gangster in 4, 5, or 5 and 6.
Yeah. No disintegration.
myself.
That's okay. You're gonna be on this podcast so long.
You're gonna be famous.
Yeah.
I like Andor too, though. I actually really did.
I'll never forget when this motherfucker's over here shitting on Andor.
Okay.
When it got announced. He was like,
thank you.
We know what happens.
Say correct. Thank you. Say correct. Yes.
Okay, bitch.
Well, no, I'm saying like you're just like I shit on it. Like made it seem like I watched it with shit.
No, he watched it and said that show fucking sucked.
I did not do that.
No, I'll never forget when it got announced. I was like, what's the point? We already know what's gonna happen with the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like, honestly, Cassian Andor was kind of a badass character, bro.
Yeah.
I was watching like spy and espionage type shit.
The thing that turned me onto it was the trailer. The first trailer. Can you go through that?
Those trailers sold it so
The first
hard,
trailer
bro.
was like, we're gonna start the rebellion. And I was like, okay, so it's a rebellion show. Okay, I'm here for that now. It's fine. Just go, please. Go.
That show was cold, bro.
Yeah.
As I was watching it when he's in the prison, the way they're dressed, I was like, this looks so familiar. I couldn't figure it out. I go, there's something here that I'm not catching. I never figured it out. And then I see this article on my phone that said, if you look at the style of the prison and you look at what they're wearing, it's exactly what the characters wore in George Lucas's first movie, which was called THX 1138. It's a movie about a futuristic prison. It was George Lucas's first movie. So Andor had this huge George Lucas tribute just sit right in front of us. I was like, that just makes it better. And then we found out Andy Serkis can't swim. So that's always good.
That one, man.
He's a great actor, man.
He has to come back for season 2. They are doing season 2.
And he was the voice of Snoke too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was the.
I just realized that.
Yeah, he was the voice and the.
He did the CG.
The CG for it, because the theories went wild. Because they're like, maybe they captured him and then they turned him into Snoke. I'm like, no, let's not go that far.
Snoke knows how to swim.
So they mess up. We lost a bit.
No, it's going. Just the camera turned off.
Oh, gotcha. So we're gonna have a blackout spot.
Might be. Then you'll hear us talking, and you'll see the J.C. Penney sign in the background.
We are unprofessional.
Because I could hear us talking through the phone the whole time.
Yeah.
I think somebody tried calling me while we were talking.
One of them hoes.
The only thing I didn't like about Andor was the way it kind of left on like a lot of. I know they're gonna do a season 2, but like a lot of loose ends. Like they felt like the last episode was just rushed.
Yeah.
Like Andor got away. The dude that was in love with the ISB officer was like they saved each other, but then that kind of stopped happening, and then like the whole like town going crazy was going. I'm like, this is too much. How are you gonna end it all? And they're like, okay, it's over. Like, is it though? Are you gonna come back for season 2 and just kind of just gloss over everything?
You see that ghost?
Huh?
You see that ghost?
What ghost?
The ghost that was just howling in the background.
Oh,
Definitely wasn't a little screaming kid.
Dude, but they need to bring what's the dude from the games? Cal Kestis.
oh yeah,
Bring him.
Oh, they're going to. There's no way they're
They
not.
need to.
they have to.
I think this is the third game's supposed to come out within the next couple of years.
Mhm.
And then by the time they do Heir of the Empire,
The thing is though,
they'll tie him into it.
who would play him?
Same guy, bitch.
Would they do that? You
What
think
the
they'd
fuck?
switch on that
They
kid?
just switch.
It's a joke.
There's theories that old Sam Whitmer would come back, and when they do the Mortis gods, he would be the dark side one.
Oh, the
He would be
he's
Star
the voice of
Killer.
the sun. Oh yeah.
That was the theory, and I was like, oh, okay.
It cracks up how many people he fucking voices in
A lot.
Star Wars.
I'm sorry, Star Killer was the best character he did.
Star Killer.
That was the greatest.
Not canon, fortunately.
Dude, make it canon. Please.
He's OP. He's so OP. He's so OP.
Oh yeah.
Like that is no way they'd have to. Like that's the thing.
One thing that cracks me up in those games is like, wait, I was watching a video pop up because I haven't played those games in years, and a video popped up the other day that was like people that Star Killer killed, and like he kills fucking Obi-Wan and Princess Leia when she was
Oh,
Jedi
with the
training,
DLC. Yeah.
and it's killed Luke Skywalker,
Kills Luke on Hoth.
Hoth, yeah.
And so Leia trains with Yoda. It's like an alternate thing, and then he shows up later and kills her. Yeah.
It was like damn, like there's like no movies that fucking Star Killer's alive, man.
But it's such
He's
a great
getting-
character, like
Yeah.
for Vader to take a little boy, a guy who just lost his kids, like there'd be this weird connection that would just
Wasn't he
work.
a clone? Isn't Star Killer a clone though?
No,
Not till the
Or
second
they
game.
made him a clone? Or okay,
The first game he's not yet.
okay.
Then they clone the hell out of him.
Don't mess my head up, please.
Except when they go to clone the Emperor, they just can't get it right.
Right. The thing,
Science is not that
the
advanced.
thing with I think
you have
with
to fucking hook him up to a machine.
I don't think they'll ever do Star Killer just because he's so overpowered.
Yeah.
And then
They'd
if
have to
they'll
water him
have to
down.
they'll have to nerf him, and then people will be pissed off because they're like, this is not the real Star Killer.
When I play a game, I throw stormtroopers into TIE fighters that are. I pull down Star Destroyers. Where's this at?
He's just a guy who can use the Force, lightning, and he's a good guy or an anti-hero in Star Wars universe. That's all he is.
That's why I'm curious of what angle they're going to go at with Rey training. She didn't get any.
Right.
Barely any.
None at all.
She trained with Leia a little bit, but that was it.
It was just what? It was what? What's his face? Kylo Ren just tapping into her mind.
Yeah. You guys want to learn how I accidentally shot lightning in a ship once?
Right. That's another.
I thought
that's
I killed
another thing
Chewbacca.
that pissed me off too. Oh, I'm a Palpatine, so I just can tap into the dark side. You've never had any training at all.
Yeah.
You've never learned. You're not You're not angry. You don't have hatred like that. You're just
It's such a weird thing. Because her dad was a failed clone.
yes.
So it's like, how would you get those powers?
Okay.
It's
Right.
a
Okay.
weird
thank
genetics
you.
thing.
Right.
Weird
Because
I do love
the
the
dad didn't have any midichlorians because he's a clone. So how would she have midichlorians?
That's why he was a failed clone.
Well, that's the thing.
He couldn't tap into the Force.
That's the
Pisses
thing though,
me
is
off.
it doesn't matter anyway. Except for the Force.
Okay, The Last Jedi. That was the whole thing with The Last Jedi, is that anybody could be a freaking Jedi, which is fine. That's cool. Like, right, everybody. That was George Lucas's thing, is that everybody can use the Force. That's okay.
Yeah, because once Luke passes away in Last Jedi,
Yeah.
it creates a hole in the Force, so it's not as balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you saw that kid at the end of the movie suddenly
Yeah.
grab the broom with the Force.
Joke. That's okay. That's the one thing I think we talked about last episode on the podcast too. But like the last episode of Ahsoka, and I thought about it a lot more. Like that, what's his name? Hu Yang was like, "You are the worst potential Jedi I've ever seen in my life," and she's like, using the Force like a motherfucker. I'm like, okay, come on, dude, Ezra.
Just throw Ezra a fucking 30,000 feet like into the air.
Ezra not needing a lightsaber anymore. Genius. I loved it.
Honestly, that's what I told him too. Was like, I thought that was fucking perfect.
Yeah,
because Ezra is recognized as one of the strongest Force users that there's ever been.
Yep.
Just naturally gifted. That's why he didn't really need like all this crazy training from Kanan. That's why Kanan was able to get him trained.
Yeah.
And just the fact that like homegirl, that they're obsessed with fucking H.A.B. or her name is.
Shin-Hati.
Fucking swung his damn lightsaber out of him. He's like,
Shin sexy.
stop that shit. Bitch. Back up.
I wonder what they're going to do with that character, though.
Shin-Hati.
Well,
Isn't she
that,
stuck on
and
the
then
planet
even
too?
Ezra, too, if you want to talk about that. Like,
well, obviously, I think Shin-Hati's going to help Ahsoka and Sabine. Because Balin Skull, like, essentially abandoned her.
He did.
Yeah, because he has a different mission.
Rest in peace.
Calling. I was waiting for what's her name? Obelisk? The mother. More of this guy.
That has to be where they're going, right?
It
has to be.
Isn't that the statue he's standing on, right?
That's
the father. But he's out looking at something that was shining off in the distance, and I'm wondering, like I think the theory that I saw was like the Mortis gods originated on that planet, Peridia, and then they had to. Because I guess like Apples, I didn't realize, but she was just a normal like a normal woman, and then she turned
she found out how to like.
Yep. So she turned evil, and they were like too powerful, so they had to imprison her, and then they dipped out to Mortis.
Yeah.
So maybe I hope so. They have to. There has to be a reason why the First Order comes to be. I don't know. I'm looking forward to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni's the GOAT.
There's a lot of holes to fill right now.
So many freaking
Need
holes.
more stories. What's Thrawn going to do? Where's he going to go after?
That's the thing, though, too, is I don't think like some of the movies have helped with the holes. Like, Dave Filoni can only do so much in certain amount of episodes, but he's still the GOAT.
Yeah. No, he's nailing it, man. He's definitely nailing it. It's fun to watch. Anytime there's a new Star Wars show, I haven't hated one yet.
No, for sure.
They've all been
even Book of Boba Fett, like I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Yeah. I still enjoyed sitting watching it.
It's a storyline I didn't need.
Right, it was unnecessary.
I mean, I like Boba Fett, but I could care less what happened to him in Sarlacc.
Him riding Rancor is pretty cool, though.
That is dope.
I'll admit that.
Yeah. That's true. I do remember that part. That show was just boring.
I agree.
And then the Wookiee, the bounty hunter Wookiee. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
he was
black,
cool.
Roided
up Wookiee. That's what I call him because he's huge.
It's black S something. Scranton or
Scranton.
Not Scranton.
No, Scranton. Something like that.
It's a weird name.
I'm gonna look it up now. I did laugh when he ripped off that dude's arms. I was like, and then they grow back. I was dying laughing. Let's see. Okay, again, I'm gonna say it right now. It's Black Chrysanthemum. I think that's what it is.
I can't remember. I know it's something different.
Yeah, the only thing with that show too is like they kept throwing him into the freaking thing. The what do they call him? The water.
The Bacta
tank. Yeah. And like the freaking flashbacks did not align with anything in the story.
Yeah, that's true.
All.
It's just living with the sand people, and
right?
Becoming sympathetic with them. And
I think that was like a thing for like the fans too, because they really wanted us to love sand people. We're like, you killed Anakin's mom, bro. No, and like you shot at freaking the pod racers, and you shot at like little Anakin. You shot at Luke.
Everybody on that planet says, "Don't go there."
They're not bad people. Yeah. They just have to hunt.
They're misunderstood.
It's like, oh my god, get out of here.
Black Chrysanthemum. Yep. The only thing that's funny about that though, like if you really think about it, and they show like in episode 1, like how accurate sand people are, and then when they're talking about how when I don't remember where they were, but Luke and Obi-Wan in number 4, when he's like only Imperial stormtroopers could be so precise, and like they're talking about sand people are not that accurate. I'm like,
Got that backwards, homie.
actually,
You got about 9 movies at least will prove you wrong. Those guys cannot shoot.
that's one of my favorite scenes in The Mandalorian season 1 was like Jason Sudeikis, and they were clearly like making fun of how stormtroopers couldn't shoot because it was like really right there and they're shooting at it and it was missing. Okay, this is gonna be on the podcast. You know that, right?
Worth it, right?
That's what she's doing. She's trying to be on the podcast.
I know.
Trying to be funny.
The best episode of Book of Boba Fett was the episode it was all about the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
right.
Number 5,
Where he showed up.
Number 5,
Where he
Cut the
goes and
dude's head
gets,
off.
is it Book of Boba Fett where they? It's all him and he goes to Ahsoka and Luke while he's training and shit.
That's like that's another episode.
Yeah.
But that's in Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It wasn't in the Mandalorian. I know that.
Yeah, because the original plan for season 3 is that they were going to have the Mandalorian be by himself for a little bit, and Grogu train with Luke, and then Disney was like, "No, we need
That's our meal ticket, bro.
We need to put them back together." Yeah.
Grogu is the most popular character right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I know.
It's like that's
That'd
what
be a good reason though. Like,
Yeah, but something's going to happen.
I
with
hate
that
his
character.
fucking name, man. I hate his name.
Because to me, it sounds too much like Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
I just don't like it. Grogu, like
I'd have been better off with just
The Baby Yoda
Baby
thing, I thought
Yoda.
everybody just called him Baby
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda. I still do. Fuck it.
That's the
one thing
character I
I'm-
really want to see what happens with.
Yes.
I'm just not looking forward to seeing him get shot and killed, massacred.
Oh.
Baby Yoda.
What makes you think that's going to happen?
I'm just trying to be funny.
Okay.
Just trying to be a hater ass bitch.
I was gonna say because if you're talking about the Night of 1,000 Tears, it's already happened already.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm trying to think of a funny way for Grogu to die.
As long as he doesn't just pass
Welcome
away
to
in
the
his
life
bed.
of. Welcome to the life. Right, Luke kills him, but he's trying to kill. He happened
Luke
to
just
be.
when they're walking, and Luke's just picking him up with the force and throwing him forward.
That shit was.
He's like, I ain't got time for this guy.
Um,
Let's go, little legs.
yeah, he's in the same tent as Ben Solo. When it comes crashing down, it kills Grogu. So Luke thinks he's killing Ben Solo, but really, like Ben Solo snuck out that night. Grogu was sleeping in his spot with some blankets and basketballs and shit. Luke actually did kill him.
Kills Grogu.
Somebody said they're like, where do you think that Jason is? Like Jason would be with Luke if you think about it. Potentially, he could
Jason
be
Skywalker?
No,
Or Jason
Syndulla.
Sadula, yeah. I don't know why I said Skywalker.
well, because you're thinking, I don't know if you ever read the books.
Yeah,
Jason
his-
Skywalker.
Jason Solo.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is Solo.
It's
that's
hot
right,
as
yeah.
one of the twins that Han and Leia has.
Yeah.
I can't remember the girl's name. Is it Jaina or Diana? Jaina?
Gina? Is it Gina or Gina?
Name's Jaina. What's up?
What was Luke's son name that he had with
Ben.
Homegirl? Was it Ben?
He named his son.
That's right.
But see, that's why
Ben
the Obi-Wan
Skywalker.
show made me happy, is because the whole time I'm watching the new one, and Leia names her son Ben. I was like, she never
Yeah.
heard that name.
Yeah.
She called him Obi-Wan in the originals. Help me,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
I didn't know him as Ben. Ben was his name on that planet.
That's right. 'Cause
And then the
was-
show filled that in
Yeah.
for me. I was
Yeah.
like, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Because I forgot that cause Luke and whatever the fucking name was, that was Ben, and then Han and Leia had the twins. That was Jason.
And then they had a third kid named him Anakin.
Yeah. Anakin Solo.
Yep. And in the books, he becomes the first one to completely tap into the Force.
Anakin.
His eyes turn white because they have to escape this planet.
Yeah.
It's going to blow up, and they realize that the only way that everybody can get on the ship and leave is if someone stays behind and fights and holds them off. And Anakin's like, I'll do it by myself. And then he turns and looks at them as they blast off, and in the book it says his eyes turn white and he's glowing, and he just starts slaughtering the enemy. And then they escape, and the planet blows up, and he dies with it. It's like one of the coolest things.
That is.
So we've had all this source material for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney's not using any of it.
Right.
They've done good though.
What's his name?
They have done
Dave
well
Filoni
with a
will,
lot
though.
of the things.
I mean, they use Thrawn still,
Ron's shit.
and that's from way back in like the
That's
90s in the
fucking
books.
forever ago.
Yeah. But in the books, it was different because in the books, the Empire was racist.
Yeah.
So females couldn't be officers, and the aliens couldn't hold positions in the Empire. So that's why Thrawn was kind of thrown out in the middle of nowhere because the Empire was racist, right?
Yeah. He was kind of the one that just sent all the outer ring and just took over a lot of those random things. They were like, he'll fucking destroy him. They don't fall suit. You know?
Yeah, but what they've done in the show is great. Now he's with the Night Sisters and he has a zombie army.
I just love how
I was glad they finally gave us that.
I love how people are shitting on Thrawn. They're like, Dave Filoni doesn't understand his character, and they was like, well, he actually
Dave Filoni fucking created the character.
Well, no, Timothy Zahn did.
Well, I'm talking
but he collaborated with Timothy Zahn. Like, and Timothy Zahn's like, I give my blessing.
Right.
I give my blessing. The character is perfect. Exactly what I imagined about it.
But that's what I'm saying is that he created it for, like, the Disney purposes, the TV shows, and all that kind of crap. I know he didn't write the books. Dave Filoni's like...
Those 3 books are probably the best ones.
The Heir of the Empire.
Yeah, Force Rising, Heir of the Empire, and Champions of the Force.
The Alliance? The Thrawn trilogy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The original Thrawn trilogy is amazing. That's where they clone Luke. You find out that when he lost his hand on Bespin, somebody finds it. They end up cloning Luke.
Somebody found it.
It's funny because the clones,
I didn't know that.
As you're reading the books, they have to decipher so you know who's who. All the clones would have an extra vowel. So Luke's clone was Luuke.
That's so funny.
That way when you're reading the book and you're like, wait, what?
Luke was playing Luke. What? Huh?
Because they meet an older Jedi who supposedly survived.
Yeah.
And Luke wants to train with him, and you find out that Jedi is actually evil, and he's a clone. And this is all taking place that Luke thinks a Jedi temple, but it's actually an old cloning facility.
Oh, I know that mountain?
Yeah. Yep.
What's that called? In Bad Batch. It was in Bad Batch and shit. That one they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another show they're trying to use to fill holes for the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, man.
Didn't they kind of tie that show into Republic Commando? Remember those games?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That game was legit.
Yeah, they have.
Because they had the same armor towards the end.
Yeah.
They put them on. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, the Republic Commando games were fucking sick back in the day.
That was a fun game.
First-person shooter. 64. What was the one on 64?
On the 64?
Heir to the Darkness, something like that. Thrawn was in that game, too.
Shadow of the Empire.
Thank you.
Yeah. I forgot all about that. Dude, have you ever went back and tried to play that game?
No, I haven't done it in a while, but I want to find it.
Horrible.
All those games,
the nostalgia is great.
Actually, even GoldenEye, bro. You go back and try to play that.
Oh, God.
And it's like, oh my God, we thought this was so sick back in the day.
Dude,
it was such good graphics and stuff.
Those games would come out, and you're like, this looks so real. And here we are 20 years. We're here 20 years later. I was like, man, what was I thinking? Mario does not look real.
I bought that Spider-Man 2 game. I've been playing that.
It's legit. I don't have a PlayStation. I watch people play it on Twitch.
It's ridiculous. I mean, even just like when he gets the symbiote suit for Peter Parker, you know, like it is so it looks lifelike, bro. Like it's like as he's standing there, you can see like the symbiote like pulsating, moving around and like crawling and stuff.
Yeah,
it's sick, dude. Like there's parts of it that legit look like soup, and there's parts of it that that would normally be like mesh. It's like just a symbiote like kind of moving around and
So I remember when the Arkham games first came out, Arkham Asylum, then it was Arkham City, wasn't it? But
Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Arkham City was like a throwback, and it was like a little cheesy, and it wasn't as good.
But you got to roam the whole city.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing out with my son. I was like, I just quit playing. I was like, man, how come no one's making a Spider-Man game like this?
Right.
You could use the exact same engine. It's the exact same concept. Crawling in tunnels, swinging around. PlayStation murdered it and did great with it.
Yeah, because Spider-Man PS4 came out in 2018. Dude, I've played that so many times through.
I just can't justify buying a PlayStation just for that game.
And I think it's worth it.
You're an Xbox guy?
Yeah, and especially now that I was getting ready to switch recently, but I ended up getting the XS because Microsoft bought the rights to I don't know how many game companies now.
I saw that.
I love Fallout. I love the Elder Scrolls like Skyrim. That's still my favorite game of all time. I still play it to this day. But Microsoft owns the rights to Bethesda.
So like half of it now.
So if I ever want to play those games again, or Doom, or you name it.
Yeah, they're all just kind of like
sitting on Xbox.
Yeah, they're all kind of they're buying up everybody kind of sitting on it. But no, Honestly, I think it's worth it. But like I said, bro, I've played through that Spider-Man PS4 game so many times that I'm still not tired of it. Like I played through it again, but just the main story to do like 100% completion. Like
There's so much to do.
Right.
Yep.
Before this one came out, and same thing with the Miles Morales game. I played through that shit a million times too. And then I just beat the main story of 2. Now I'm just kind of doing the 100% completion thing, and then I'll play through again. Yeah. It's fucking sick.
I have not heard one person bash anything about those games at all.
And people are still trying to like say that, because for me, Arkham Knight was the best out of all those Arkham games.
You think so?
That was my favorite one.
All right. Tomato.
Don't look at me like that. Because
never heard anybody say that.
That was my favorite one. I think it's because the one I played through the most. But
to me, that's like one of my buddies like, bro, I like girls that can't read. Bro, I'm into girls that can't read. I'm like, what? That's so random.
Thanks, bro.
It was different. It was a little too different from the other ones. Maybe that's why I didn't like it.
Now, the thing that killed me, and is what a lot of people hate about it, is the damn tank missions. Those tank missions sucked. And it was so unnecessary. But like Arkham Asylum, which was the one where you're like the whole game is inside of Arkham, that one was fucking great.
It's amazing.
I just didn't like Arkham City. Because it was like that was the one where like they actually like, killed the Joker and all that, right? Because I was like when he was like sick and like Talia al Ghul like killed him or whatever.
Yeah, the Joker.
Yeah,
Talia al Ghul killed the Joker too.
In Arkham City.
Oh,
because in the beginning of the third game is it where you can burn Joker's body?
Yeah, you literally
tells you to hit the button to cremate him.
It starts out. That's Arkham Knight. You start out by just killing him.
What's the one where I've been seeing a lot of clips from like the one where they think that he kills the Joker, he shoots the Joker. It shows him like 3 or 4 different Jokers like behind him telling him to shoot him, and then when he finally does it, then like the real Joker comes out like sitting above him like laughing. He's like, "Oh, I knew you were one of us," something like that. Is that game?
I don't remember that happening in any of those games. I remember like
I'll have to find the clip
in Arkham Knight. There's a lot like Joker shows up all the time in it because because
Red Hood.
Huh?
I fucking love Red Hood.
Well, Red Hood's the main villain, but like the Joker is in it consistently and like it is in like visions and hallucinations because like Batman's like traumatized because he pretty much killed the Joker finally.
That's what I loved about Titans, man. I loved when they went down that route. Did you watch Titans?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Yeah.
And he comes in walking with the crowbar. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, finally fucking kill the Joker. God damn, dude.
But no, Arkham City just didn't do it for me. The graphics like went 4,000 times in the grave.
I loved it.
The graphics just weren't as good as in Arkham City.
I can't remember the graphic comparison off the top of my head.
You know what game I'm thinking of? Not Arkham City, because Arkham City is the best one. Because that's the second one. I'm thinking of Arkham Origins or whatever it was called. The random like throwback where like they brought out Bane, but Bane was like 20 foot tall and
he helps you if you get a teddy bear or something like that.
Yeah, some stupid shit. Yeah. I was thinking of the wrong game. That's on me.
Okay, because I couldn't remember what game you were describing. I couldn't remember the name was Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Origins. That was like it came out in between Arkham City and Arkham Knight. And it was like more like a kid's game. The graphics weren't as good.
It was just bad.
And it wasn't as dark. Like it wasn't as creepy. Like
they tried too hard to go back to the detective stuff.
Yeah.
And now that I go back and rewatch the Robert Pattinson Batman, that's what makes me actually start to like it now.
Right.
Is because it goes back to what Batman was. He was this detective that would show up to the crime scenes. The cops hated him, but him and Jim Gordon had this bond because he would help him.
Yep.
Because he was a detective. It was called Detective Comics / Batman. And the movies kind of get away from that, but that's what made me like that movie.
What did you think about Robert Pattinson?
I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was fine.
I thought he did great.
I thought it worked.
I thought it was good.
I thought him as the still grieving Bruce Wayne was perfect.
Yeah. I think he did well. I think he killed both roles.
Dude, when he just didn't. He was like emo Bruce Wayne. Well, in a way, I say that in a nice way because, like, dude, he's still grieving over his parents hard.
You gotta think he's only a year. Like that's the thing that people like
He's in year what, 4?
Every Batman, no, it's year 1. It's or year 2.
Yeah.
That's true.
Year
That's
one
true.
and a half.
I remember it was like he'd only been for a couple of years, but I can't remember how many years it
Yeah,
was.
it's only like 1.5. It's only been 1.5 years.
I can't remember how many years he takes in the comics to come back to Gotham. Because he literally goes and trains with the League of Shadows or whatever it's called.
League of Assassins, same thing.
Either way,
He trains.
Yeah.
He goes and trains for years and visits other
I
cultures.
think it's like
before he
10,
comes
at least
back.
10, right?
something like that.
Because
He comes back like he leaves when he's pretty much done with school.
it
or
could
like,
be 4. I think he starts Batman pretty young.
Well, he leaves and goes to the League of Assassins and all that when he's like
17, 18.
like,
Yeah.
18, 19 years
Yeah.
old, and he comes back and he's been gone for years and he's like in his mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, where you been all these years?" And
The Michael Keaton Batman actually touched on that.
Mhm.
Because when they go in the room, he has the statues of all the different warrior cultures.
Yeah.
That's who he trained with, and he kept those mementos and brought them back to his house. People, dude, that movie was great. That was the only good
Christian
part of the
Bale
Flash,
kind
by the way.
right, Christian Bale
Oh,
kind of hints
let's
at some of those things, but
Let's talk about the Flash.
That movie
was
was awful.
dog shit.
I don't know how we keep doing it this way.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, the CG
Natalie.
alone in that movie was bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
dog shit.
and I don't like how he was like, "Oh, well, that's just because we're giving the audience a point of view of like being in Flash time," and it's like, no, you overworked your fucking visual effects artist, and now you're trying to fucking justify why it
was-
looks like dog shit.
It was awful.
Michael Keaton was great. Ben Affleck, great. Sasha
Ben
Cohen
Affleck
as
Ben Affleck,
Supergirl was great.
Ben Affleck, I still think
Everything
is
is.
the GOAT Batman.
I would agree.
Affleck?
Affleck's the GOAT Batman.
I fuck with Ben
Tell me
Affleck
somebody who's better as like a
as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
best Bruce Wayne and Batman. Does great at both.
That's a tough call.
I love Michael
I'll have to agree
Keaton's
on that.
Batman,
His Bruce Wayne was
but
okay.
his Bruce Wayne was like mediocre.
My favorite one as a kid though was always Val Kilmer. I fucked with Val Kilmer heavy
Fuck no.
because I love Jim Carrey though too. So I was
Those
like,
movies sucked ass.
fuck
It was
yourself,
bad.
dude.
Those movies sucked ass.
Okay,
bro.
but back then you didn't think it sucked,
No, when I was a kid.
right? See what I mean? Yeah,
No, when I was
they're
a-
cheesy as fuck
when I
now.
was a kid, I fucking loved the George Clooney one. Are you kidding me?
So did I, but now they're cheesy. I mean, they're cheesy as fuck.
Where they
That's
give
the one I
Arnold-
fucked with as a kid.
Arnold nothing but one-liners. Everybody chill.
Everybody.
Can I put this in the trash
Yes, go find a trash can somewhere.
Natalie, right here. Up here.
It's over. No, I'm doing the podcast.
Right there, Natalie. Right there's the trash can. Go up
We're
the stairs and go
almost,
there.
we're almost done. Okay, we'll go home soon.
can
No.
Yeah, I was laughing because the way the Flash ran.
Okay.
Well, Ezra,
And,
Ezra, what's his name?
Ezra.
Miller?
I want to say Bridger. Yeah, it's Ezra Miller. Yeah.
Ezra Miller. He always ran like that, even in those Justice League
And
movies.
they were trying to justify it, saying they wanted him to run like he was skating.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm not a fan of
no.
I didn't like how he ran the CW show. It was just, it was that thing, and it's like, I mean, I get it. It's hard
Like,
to
just run
show
normal.
super speed, but like,
run.
come on,
What's the thing is, I love that, like, it's like A-Train in The Boys.
dude.
He just does a normal run, and it makes sense.
Yeah. Have you watched The Boys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that scene where he runs
watched
through the
Jeremy
First off, I
was
just want to end something real
Sorry.
quick.
Not yet.
How are you going to ask this man that question? He doesn't watch The Boys.
I was.
We
Okay.
both know Craigo better than that.
I know it's.
That's 100% his
It's,
vibe.
it's literally a conversation.
Nope,
starter.
that's 100% Justin Craigo's vibe.
Yeah, but you would never guess I didn't watch all Rebels and Clone Wars, though.
Thank you.
I knew.
So I
you
did throw a
wouldn't watch
curveball into the mix.
Thank you.
it. I bet.
So shut the fuck up. Okay.
Bro, I've had to move this camera 8 times.
Anyway.
Somehow you still managed it. And more that way.
I don't know, dude.
Just
You
kidding.
fucking suck.
You suck.
Anyway, the first scene was dope. It blew my mind.
Dude, it took me a couple episodes to realize that was Dennis Quaid's son, too.
Yeah.
I was like, this kid looks familiar.
That's Dennis Quaid's son who
Dennis
plays
Quaid.
the.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
Yeah.
Plays what's his face?
And the mom would be. Is the mom Meg Ryan?
No, it's not Tom. No, that's not Tom Hanks. I think it is Meg Ryan.
I thought Meg Ryan and Dennis
Pretty
Quaid.
sure
married.
that dude's last name is Ryan.
No,
Either way, if
no,
that's his-
it's Jack Quaid.
Oh, is it Jack Quaid?
Yeah, it's Jack Quaid.
Dude,
He
he
looks just like
he hit the genetic lottery as far as acting, though.
Okay.
Um,
He says it is Meg Ryan. Yeah,
That's
crazy.
nuts.
You're talking about the kid who
Yeah, dude, him.
just starts at the beginning.
Yeah. The one whose girlfriend dies or whatever. It's ran through. Yeah,
Don't worry, Natalie. They can hear you more than they can hear us
know.
this podcast, buddy.
Thanks.
And she's gonna be famous. The whole podcast is gonna be the Natalie episode.
Natalie. Worth it.
Should have brought your brother too. You guys ran off and played. Would have heard you. Nobody could take you.
Well, ain't nobody here to take you.
Right. My son today was like, "Yeah, I know what kidnapped means." I'm like, "Do you want to be kidnapped?" No. Do you? Sometimes.
Depends who's kidnapping you. What do they got?
What are they
Where do they live?
down
What
for?
do
I
they
got free
got?
candy. Okay, I'm in.
You got Skittles? Yeah. Why don't you start with that?
So dramatic. That was dramatic as fuck.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all right.
Look at her butt just hanging out too.
Okay, all right. Okay. We're gonna be done soon. Okay.
Who is that?
She got herself. Okay. She's so confused. No more. Can you go sit? We're almost done.
Who's Michigan play today?
No, we're gonna bye week.
You on bye week?
Yeah. So it's Purdue, right?
Now we play. I don't know who we play. I don't pay attention anymore.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do
Michigan doesn't play anybody because they're
Shut the fuck up.
Nebraska.
they're cheating. Cheating.
Dude, I saw that article. I was like, that's illegal because I'm sure everybody does
Everybody
that.
does it.
And they can't prove that like they paid. Like that's the thing too that came out. Like the dude like paid from his own personal account. So really, like it is what it is.
And the person that was there getting the information or whatever wasn't part of the recruiting staff or
Right.
anything, so it's not going to be traceable. And
You're not supposed to. Have, you
you
can't
need a
have.
full confession from a few people to get this going.
Like I think I got a thing last night. It said a former D3 coach was like, yeah, that guy paid me to go watch games. And like in the article, it said that he went to the Penn State UMass game from this year, and he left at halftime. He's like, I'm not being paid enough, and it's raining, so I'm not watching it. And I'm like, okay. You guys made it seem like it was a huge, vast network of these super spies who just go around and you're telling me you got somebody recording the game the whole time like this. Okay. No, that's cool. The one point I've been making is like, we can all agree. I think I told you this the other day, right? Nick Saban thing? Like the Nick Saban thing, right? He flamed out of the NFL. And yes, he's a good coach. He won a national championship in college already. Okay, I get it. Your year one at Alabama, you go 7-6. Okay, that's your first year back. That's fine. Your second year, you're back in the Rose Bowl collecting not the Rose Bowl, but the Sugar Bowl. And by year 3, your team is full of 5 stars, and you win the national championship. Yeah, they came to your school because of you, right? Okay.
It's got a gold mine there now.
That's the things like 5 stars are going to these schools and to be backups. Like why? Money. I mean, they just caught Tennessee with that 2. That's why I don't think anything's going to happen in Michigan because they all they did was they fined Tennessee $8 million for 200 level 1 violations because they were handing kids money in McDonald's bags just to come visit their school or to commit to Tennessee.
Everybody's doing it, though.
Right.
I guarantee it.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
These colleges are corporations now. They're $1 million companies. They're going to
Right.
do what they can.
Right. That's the thing too. I think sometimes people lose sight of it. But like it's one thing that Tyler and I talk about a lot. It's like it's dope as fuck being like right here by Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
But we see it.
Yeah.
Like you see that Notre Dame is a $1 billion corporation.
Yeah.
Like Notre Dame football specifically.
bro, how much money did they just pay to fucking paint the Golden Dome in gold, in actual gold, not just gold paint?
That's how they've always done it, though.
Okay, but that takes money.
They've always gold plated it. Yeah.
Right, but that takes a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
So, yeah. You can't tell me that no school that if you're like, I'm not going to sit here and say like Eastern Michigan is probably cheating, but like it's not cheating if it's not against the rules. It's just it's frowned upon. Sure, people look at it, they'll say it's cheating, but like you can't tell me that Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame, all these prestigious programs who have had some success in their lifetime are doing it above the board. There's no way. That's not how things work in the world. We live in a real world. But I find it comedy. I think it's funny.
They're all cheating. It's a lot more easy than what you think. Just think about it. We had a college where the athletic director was literally molesting children, and a bunch of people knew at Penn State.
Oh, Penn State. Yeah.
And all the coaches knew. Nobody would rat them out because they didn't want to lose their jobs and stuff. You covered up one of the most serious crimes I can think of.
Yeah.
It's molesting
there's a
children
reason.
over decades. Over decades.
And then the restrictions afterwards for Penn State were lifted early. Yeah. Meanwhile, USC was still going through all theirs from Reggie Bush.
Right. I'm watching this.
Priorities.
Right.
Reggie Bush accepted some money in a car.
You do what you want with the kids, all right? But don't you dare take a free car. Okay? I know you're a college kid. You need to get around campus, but still.
You took some money for your family?
USC, that's a decent campus, bro.
You been there?
It's a decent sized campus.
Oh, it's pretty size.
Dude, that would be my dream if I was a coach. It would be USC. I don't know why people are struggling to turn that around.
Just coaching in the Coliseum.
You're in Southern California. You're in the LA area. How can you not recruit anybody?
And they're in the nice part of LA.
Yep.
Right.
Where it's still nice. It's not all run down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's the problem.
Can you imagine being recruiting like this week you're going to go to USC in LA. It's going to be warm. And next week you're going to go to South Bend, Indiana for Notre Dame. It's going to be about 40 degrees, ice everywhere.
That's what makes me laugh. Like USC and like all those Washington, Oregon kind of makes sense because it's the Pacific Northwest. It's rainy, it's cold up there. All right. UCLA and USC are going to come to Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State in the fucking snow. Good luck.
They struggled with that last game when USC was at Notre Dame because it wasn't that cold for us. Yeah. But their players were out there doing this, and they're all wearing like long sleeve underneath. I was like, wow.
Meanwhile, you got Notre Dame linemen who wearing like up here and shit.
They weren't even warming. Yeah, I heard they weren't even warming up because you get a practice. They wouldn't practice outside the day before, or whatever it was. Yeah. They wanted to use the indoor facility. They didn't want the players outside. Yeah. It's like too cold for you guys. That's strange. That is definitely strange.
Yeah, the USC is going to get fucked up. I'm honestly, as a Michigan fan, I'm more worried about Oregon and Washington becoming like too good than USC coming to the fucking Big Ten. They suck.
There's a photo of what's his name, Caleb
Williams.
Yeah, photo of him, and it says, "I swear I've seen a quarterback get a Heisman nod and tank afterwards before." And his face worse than the Dak Prescott when he was at Yep.
Got second in Heisman vote.
I was like, true. Yeah, because they ended up having a bad year.
Yeah. And then his senior year, he played like shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I seen somebody where they said that Caleb Williams is arguably the best college quarterback of all time. And I'm like...
Yeah, Ryan Clark said that. Ryan Clark said he's the best quarterback prospect he's ever seen.
What's the basis of that?
And then that same week is when he threw 3 picks against Notre Dame.
Well, I mean,
when they did nothing and played zone all game.
I just seen something yesterday.
They played zone all game and you threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
He sucks. He's going to go to the
If you're Patrick Mahomes, you're the next Patrick Mahomes.
Gotta be the right system. He's not. Like, that's the thing with like when they call
been in the same system for 4 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like generational, they call them generational talent. Like your generational talent will transcend the system. It doesn't matter where you go, you're going to be able to elevate. Like Andrew Luck, right? The culture's terrible. He came in with a defensive-minded head coach, took us to the playoffs the first year with a brand new squad. John Elway, Peyton Manning, generational talent. I mean, I would even put Mike Vick up there because nobody was ready for that.
No,
at all. Like nobody knew what the fuck to do.
Came in and took the Falcons to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
first or second year
within like 3 years. Yeah. So Caleb Williams is doing nothing that we've never ever seen before.
Yeah.
And he wants to get partial ownership of a team he gets drafted to. That way,
he can't get rid of that.
That's why it makes it funny. Like when they mock drafts, and like they're like, "What's the Bears will take him?" Like,
same week that he said that. This is the week he threw 3 picks against them.
Yeah, it was right after. Yep.
And a fumble, right?
And a fumble.
I want to be a part franchise owner. Whatever team picks me
5 total turnovers.
Which will be the 4th round. Because if I keep getting progressively worse, I'm going to be a late rounder. You'll be Brady Quinn sitting at the table.
He'll end up going to New England. New England is a quarterback.
Yeah, it was Brady Quinn, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, he went to the 1st round.
Yeah,
but it was late.
It's 22nd pick.
After he was promised he'd be early. That poor dude. Everybody's gone. Yeah. He's half of his family.
Half of his family already left because they went with H.A.B. when he got drafted 4th overall.
Yeah. That wasn't the same year.
The same year, wasn't it?
No.
Yes, what was the same year?
H.A.B. was like 06.
Yeah, he was the year before.
That's right. You're right. Yeah, because I forgot Brady came back there next year.
Yep.
He came for his 5th year. But Yeah, it's wild though, because I always remember that Brady Quinn was the 22nd pick because like the three main quarterbacks for the Browns in our lifetime that have been like, oh, this is gonna be the guy, Brady Quinn and
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel are both the 22nd pick.
Yeah.
And then there was another guy too they drafted in the first round as a quarterback. I can't remember who the hell it was.
There's no reason Brady Quinn shouldn't have been successful somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no reason. He was good.
He was.
He went to the Browns.
But he went to the Browns, and that's what ended his career. Because he went and played. Where did he play after the Browns? He actually
Denver.
Trey was Denver, and I think he started a couple games and he played well.
Yeah.
But he just they drafted Tim Tebow that next year, and they got rid of him.
Tebow.
Like that's the thing though about like how crazy. Like if you look at the NFL, you're like, nah, that's crazy. But like how elite, like they truly are like the elite of the elite. Because you just don't forget. Like Justin Fields is for a good example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was bombing them at Ohio State, just on a dime, on a freaking rope, just touchdown. He gets to the NFL and throws 130 yards a game. They're like, he doesn't know how to throw the ball. I'm like, you just don't forget how to throw the ball. You just don't forget.
Yeah.
But they're like, the windows, like in college, they're this, in the NFL, they're this. Not fucking wrong. Holy shit. Can you get the ball from right here into that fucking chain of influence over there? Only like 4 quarterbacks can do it.
Give him a better old line. You'd be a little bit better. It's kind of hard to throw all the time when you're running for your life.
No.
You're lying. That's why I said like 3 years. It takes 3 years, I think.
Definitely made some steps this year, but now he's hurt. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Yep.
We got that CrossFitter now. It's all right.
You see that quote?
Why they keep bringing that up?
He said he'd be a professional. He said if he didn't make the NFL, he'd be a professional CrossFitter.
Getting jacked and ripped. Getting jacked and ripped every day.
He's comedy, bro. His dad's fucking funny.
Arm wrestler.
He's an arm wrestling
He's a
champion.
professional arm. He's a world champion arm wrestler.
I mean, I knew that was a thing, but I didn't know it was a big thing.
Yeah.
They try to play it off like this is great.
He's in a line of pro athletes. That his dad is a pro arm wrestler.
If he's not, what was his name? If he's not Lincoln Hawk in the movie Over the Top, I don't want to know about arm wrestling. The old Stallone movie. Wasn't that his name, Lincoln Hawk?
Something like that.
They always get, in the 80s and 90s, they always got cool names.
Yeah.
Lincoln Hawk.
Now they got like Mike Smith is their name. You should know.
I miss those movies.
I'll eat it.
I'm gonna get candy.
Yes, you're going to eat candy tonight.
No.
What kind of candy do you like?
What kind of candy do you like?
What's your favorite?
All of it.
Yeah, hey, that's a good answer. There's nothing wrong with that. Makes mommy and daddy's job easy when they buy you candy because you're going to love it.
We got trunk or treat tonight, too. So what is that?
I'm going with my Mickey Mouse thing.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're going to be? Okay.
Yeah, Daddy, that's the costume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible. Let him fly.
Incredibles was the best Fantastic Four movie ever.
I agree.
You're not wrong.
How could they? Because somebody asked me the other day, they're like, how come they can't do Fantastic Four right? I go, somebody did. They go, who? I go, Disney. It's called The Incredibles.
Pixar did it real well.
They nailed it. And for people like me to watch that original Incredibles, where they mirrored the scene from, was it Die Hard 3? Because in the movie, same thing happens with Samuel L. where he gets to water. And they're like, don't move. It's like, I'm just kidding. Or he's got to make a phone call or something like that.
Yeah.
I just need to make one phone call. They mirrored that scene in The Incredibles. It was great.
Just need to get a cup of water.
Where is my super suit? Dude, they nailed it. That was great.
Yeah, he killed it.
I don't know if you guys ever watched that movie. If you saw it in theaters, you got to hear it, but the surround sound.
Yeah.
When the sun's running on the water in that movie, sometimes at night, like when I do my pre-bed sleep ritual, and I'll watch it and just hearing that him run on the water, I'm like, it's amazing.
It's a good movie. I still don't know if I've seen the second one.
It's all
I don't think
right.
I've seen it.
It's okay.
It was good. It's just so hard to top that first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
the original friggin' Incredibles is goated.
That might be my favorite Disney movie. I don't know.
It's up there.
I think it's the best Pixar movie for sure.
Yeah.
That and Monsters Inc. are the two goated. Like, I'm a big not Star Wars. Yes,
True.
but Toy Story, big Toy Story guy. But
Yeah.
but I think Monsters Inc. and The Incredibles are the two goats.
Incredibles is just,
It's hard. It's hard to top those two movies. She's gonna bust that shit open and it's gonna go everywhere. Leave a lasting impression on Concord Mall.
it's gonna leave a clean spot.
Right.
Like the other ones that people drop water.
Just the very clean spots of just having years of little pads sitting on them.
Furniture, or whatever it was, or something for the kids to play on. It looks like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can end it here.
We have to wrap it up about an hour and a half in.
Yeah. We lied to Deb. That's okay.
You know what?
We're gonna hear more. Okay. We're about to leave.
The goat of Concord Mall.
Hey, just go sit and be quiet.
Last time we'll be here.
Yep.
Tuesday, it's gone. Concord Mall.
Tuesday, it's gone. And it's also known as the last day of Enzo's at Concord Mall, which also means the end of Concord Mall.
Hopefully they find a new spot.
Oh, they will.
Because, I mean, look how busy it is right now.
Natalie. God damn it. Come here.
Told you.
Stop. Sit down.
It's the first time that thing's been cleaned in 38 years.
Probably.
Starts bubbling like when you put hydrogen peroxide in the wound when it's getting clean.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me, guys. Anytime.
We're definitely gonna have to get you on again without kids
And without being in a
at a mall.
Concord Mall.
We'll have a more professional setup next time.
Probably not.
Probably
Probably have a ring camera with our microphone sitting in the middle of a table.
Yes, like we always do.
Our normal setup.
You want to plug your podcast real quick?
Yeah, we have a podcast, me and my friend Jake. It's called the Be Better Podcast. It's mostly for motivational stuff, trying to get the next generation going, but also a lot of dick and fart jokes. So you'll enjoy Be Better Podcast.
Wouldn't expect anything less from Dustin Craigo and Jake Fine, right?
Yeah,
Jake Fine's podcast.
Check it out and keep listening to this one too.
No, for sure. Ours is okay.
Yeah, we have
It's
fun.
good.
We have fun
Ain't
though.
nothing wrong with nerding it out. That's what I like to do.
That's the thing though with us though, is that we go back and forth between like being nerdy, talking about sports, saying some motivational shit,
Yeah,
talking about just random crap that we deal with.
Yeah,
we kind of do everything.
Yeah.
When people ask like what do you guys talk about? A little bit of
Everything.
everything. They're like, well, you probably just talk about sports. I'm like, I literally just told you we talk about everything.
Yeah.
We talk about nerd shit. Again,
Everything.
that's a part of everything. Yes, you're right. You're
going.
correct.
Almost
Yep.
there.
If some kind of big story comes out of some kind of random shit throughout the week,
Yep.
like how Mariah killed Christopher Lee.
Oh right, yeah.
So you listen to our last podcast, Mariah, who we've had on a couple times. She has her own podcast called the Gray Path.
Right.
She actually was the person who killed Christopher Lee when
Yeah,
he died
we
back in
found that out.
2015.
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah, she fucking murdered him.
She hates him. It's because of her hatred towards him.
The hatred of Count Dooku
Yeah.
of Christopher Lee.
Yeah, but he in real life, he was a weird dude.
He was a fucking gangster.
He was a gangster as fuck though. He was like in the British Navy and shit.
He's the only.
Special forces.
He was the only person on the Lord of the Rings cast that got to meet Tolkien.
That's fucking gang.
That's how old he
that's how
was.
old he is.
Gangster shit though.
What's the thing is he
He collected like
what did he do?
occult books, like satanic books.
Yeah, he did do
First
some weird
editions
shit.
that are worth a lot of money.
Yeah, he did do some weird shit in his life.
Heavy metal album.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, because we found this video the other day that like she points out all these like weird facts about Christopher Lee. I found it and I sent it to them, but
Yeah.
and honestly, it was honestly a pretty cool video, but at the same time, it was like
He did. I mean, he had
that's
a full
wild.
life. He had a full life.
He did have a full fucking life. He
He's
died
an
at what, like
interesting
95
character.
or something.
I don't know if I'd want to get to know him if he was still here.
No.
I would.
But wasn't it Christopher Lee that was like during the making the Lord of the Rings? I've seen this video where like somebody gets stabbed. He's like, that's not what stabbing sounds
Yes, he
like.
goes,
Well,
that's
no,
not what it sounds like when you get
He gets stabbed in the
stabbed.
back. He gets stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
Because the director was trying to tell him, like, this is how it's supposed to sound. He goes, no, I've actually stabbed somebody in the back before.
Yeah.
This is exactly
Well,
how it's.
Here's how I
This
did.
motherfucker fought in what, like
World War
World
II.
War II.
Was it Peter Jackson was the director, right? And he's
Yeah,
like,
Peter Jackson.
I learned that day not to fuck with Christopher Lee. Yeah. Could you imagine having somebody tell you that, though?
He was Dooku. He was.
Sauron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to find that video now because there's a couple other things I'm trying to think of that were like Christopher Lee facts that were so wild to me. Like
There's a bunch of them too, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, right. It kept going. It was
Yeah.
like a 5-minute video.
That's where I got
Just
the
like
Tolkien
facts.
thing. He was the only member of the movie to ever meet him.
It's crazy.
Like he was alive like during the time of Tolkien, Hitler, and a couple other things.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus Christ. I think there was a couple people he met or some shit like that in the video too that were like, God damn, that's fucking wild.
Dude, hopefully we can all live a very long and exciting life like that because it's insane.
Yeah, man.
I still don't like Count Dooku though. Whatever.
You don't like Count Dooku either?
I thought he was a last minute. In my mind, he was a last minute decision to replace Darth Maul.
God damn it.
Because Darth Maul was originally supposed to be a villain in the sequel trilogy,
Yeah.
but they wanted to kill him off in the show.
I mean, we all agree that Maul is the GOAT. But Count Dooku's fucking great, man.
Count Dooku was fucking goated.
Dooku's great.
And especially if you look at it in the fact of like how the prequel villains were supposed to be the setup for
Anakin.
Vader, yeah.
Yeah. So you had Darth Maul, which represented rage.
Yep. Dooku, the fallen Jedi. And
Yes,
then Grievous was the robotics.
Yes, the Bioman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. That's the thing too. Like for
Count Dooku's the fucking go. I don't give a shit.
and I think too. Like I mean, I've always liked Dooku, but I never was as big of a fan. And honestly, until that Tales of the Jedi,
Dude,
I will agree.
that sold me on Count Dooku because it just perfectly tied it in to make him almost kind of feel like Anakin.
Yeah.
In a certain aspect, and then just plus the way he killed fucking Yaddle. Oh my god, that was brutal.
Yeah. They did really good with that. I really like that part.
Did you hear that Balin Skull is supposed to be one of the characters
People want them to be.
focused on?
They want them to be. I don't think they will.
I think they will.
They could do a lot with Tales. They could do 15-minute episodes.
Yeah.
You could do so much
Switch
with
it
that. You
up.
could
Tales
do
of
it
the
easy.
Sith. Make it all about the Sith.
No, okay, don't get me excited.
Now you can fill in some gaps why the Emperor was able to do what he did.
Man.
Even though the whole thing was a cop out.
I do want to play it.
It's just a way to try to fix
A whole fleet of Star Destroyers and under ice? That's
Right.
weird.
And
just try to fix what the hell's his name? Rainn Wilson's fucking Ryan Johnson.
Johnson's.
There you go. Ryan Johnson's fuck up.
Rian Johnson, or whatever the fuck you say his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all these Star Destroyers and they have Death Star lasers on them now.
I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
And you're so powerful that you can use the Force lightning to go literally through a
Shoot the
skylight
ships
like that.
and-
And
yeah.
blow up ships and shit. But you couldn't do that in your life. You couldn't kill Luke Skywalker, but you could blow up ships. Okay. And you're a clone, not
Like
even the real
millions.
fucking Palpatine.
Like thousands of ships just flying around.
I like all the ships they hit, though, if you rewatch it, because you can see the Ghost
Yeah.
is in it. They hit a lot of the ships from
Yeah.
canon in there, so you can see.
Yeah.
I even think old boy, what's the character from Shadows of the Empire? Dash Rendar?
Yeah.
I think his ship is hidden in there somewhere, somebody said.
That'd be dope.
I didn't find it, though.
Yeah, but I did notice the ghost one time I was watching it. Saw some posts about it. I was like, really? I'm
Well,
gonna
the
watch
Ghost
it. I
was
was
in
like,
Rogue One, too. And they hear over the PA says General Syndulla.
yeah.
Because remember, all those people were willing to get together to attack the Emperor, but they weren't going to get together and overthrow the First Order. Priorities, people.
And I think that's a great way to end this episode.
Perfect.
Yep.
It's a perfect way. We're gonna overthrow the Emperor and Darth Vader, but First Order and Ben Solo's little
Where we
bitch
draw
ass.
the line. Yeah, we
Fuck
draw the
that.
line.
Yes. Hopefully it's the last order.
Right. But Craigo, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yes, thank you,
Dude,
man.
always a pleasure, man. You guys are my dudes.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you. We
We'll do it
appreciate
again.
you.
We'll do it again.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Maybe next time we get you and Jake on, too.
That'd be dope.
Same time.
Get Jake on.
You'll be proud,
Do like
man.
a collab.
We'll do it.
But all right, love you, horse.
Love you, horse.
Bye.
Bye.
Quick little hour, 40-minute episode.